intellect, Maya Angelou, she says, and I quote, a very simple one-liner: we are more alike than we are unalike. We are more alike than we are unalike. And when I reflect on that one-liner, we're more alike as a person. Male or female, we're more alike than unalike. As a member of the human family, we are more alike than unalike. As parents, husband or wife, we are more alike than unalike. Neighbors, citizens, work colleagues, we are more alike than unalike. Tonight, congratulations is in order to Ijaz Shakir, the recipient of the Most Valuable Youth Player of the Year award for year 2025-2026. Congratulations to the recipient, Ijaz Shakir, the son of Omar and Kenesha Shakir. I need to declare my interest at this point. This proud grandson of ours has my blood flowing so fast right now, I'm having problems controlling it. A tree is known by the fruit that it bears. We're not sure if we want to argue about what type of tree may be in front of us. Wait till the fruit is born from that tree. You won't be able to argue anymore. It confirms what type of tree it is. I'm pretty sure we've heard of the tree of knowledge. When we reflect on our grandson's outcome, when I reflect on Ijaz Shakir's outcome to this date in his young life, we reflect. In fact, we're forced to reflect and align ourselves with our belief. I've often said on this program that there's a thinking in the economic profession that says that you can't manage what you can't measure. So I am forced, we are forced to reflect on our grandson, Ijaz Shakir's outcome to this date. We are forced to see an alignment in our belief. I'm going to refer to something to support this view that I'm projecting at this point. It's in the Holy Book, the Quran, chapter 17, verse 15. It supports and it's a part of our belief. Who receiveth guidance, receiveth it for his own benefit. Who go astray does so to his own loss. I'm going to repeat that. In our holy book, the Quran, it says, as a believer, we accept this guidance. And I quote, "Who receiveth guidance, receiveth it for his own benefit. Who goes astray, does so to his own loss." Now, I have no other choice but to refer to the attitude when I reflect on this quote that's supported in Scripture. See, attitude determines how a person utilizes knowledge, how they choose to use information. A bad attitude leads to poor decision making. A good attitude leads to reasonable, logical decision making. Add a little piece of respect to that, and people get treated good. Knowledge gets treated with proper care and caution. All things of value is respected when we have a understanding of how important it is to treat any valuable asset with respect. So to practice and have a good attitude is to understand the importance of utilizing information. So I reflect on that when I look at someone taking guidance. You don't have acceptance of good guidance if your attitude is bad. It needs adjustment. Our children are the product of their environment. We need to be reminded of that more often. Our children are the product of their environment. I can say without reservation or hesitation that Ijaz Shakir, his results in the short time that he's been around are due to generational investments. And when I say that, I'm thinking about extended family, generational investment. I cannot look at the fruit without looking at the roots and the good shape of the roots of the tree that's producing good branches and in turn producing good fruit. I want to take this time to acknowledge the family of Ijaz Shakir on the side of his maternal grouping. And why I say that? My family, I come from a family of 11. So Omar, Ijaz's daddy, has 8 uncles and 3 aunties on his father's side. On his mother's side, it's a total of 10 in the family. On my wife's side, it's a total of 10. So if I was to deal with the entire family, it would take all night. I wouldn't be able to get and focus on any one particular side and get great value. So tonight, I've decided, for the sake of keeping things in a context, I want to refer to what I know I'm seeing daily and can have some representation of, because we need to see how important it is to have extended family, generational investment in our next generation in order for them to achieve the goals that they need to achieve, to accept the responsibilities and to be accountable for taking and building on to what we are intended to leave them. Yes, we shouldn't have a life without wanting to leave something behind to build on. If we're not got that as a plan in our life, we got a problem. If the individual is not living towards a plan in their life, that individual has a problem. So when I think about Ijaz's extended family, I can't ignore mother and father. I can't ignore Umar Shakir father, Kenesha Shakir mother. I can't ignore them. That's the beginning of the tree for Ijaz. When I reflect on his aunts and uncles on his mother's side, I want to acknowledge, because we know these names when we hear them. Kenesha's aunt, Betty Jean Gilbert from Somerset. These are Somerset people. Karen Mitchell, the sister of Betty Jean. Dawn Simmons. Andrea Hassel. The uncles on the mother's side of Ijaz. Alan Gilbert and Allison Vance Gilbert. I mention them very quickly. Why? I've sat down and made it clear that when I witnessed the contributions that I see coming from these 6 members of the Gilbert family, whose mother is Betty Gilbert, whose father was Eugene Gilbert, whose uncle was Tonsi Russell, the great Tonsi Russell, the football legend of Bermuda. Ijaz can't escape how much he's benefited from the contributions made by his mother's father, Mr. Cordell Warner, his mother's mother, Miss Muriel Gilbert. That's the grandparents of Ijaz Shakir. These are people that's hands-on. Well, I'm talking about daily. They're at the drop of a hat whenever they're needed. People who are constantly, and I'm talking about 24/7, committed to their grandchildren. Great-grandparents, Eugene and Betty Gilbert. Great-grandparent, Simon and Grace Warner. Now, Ms. Warner went on to have a second marriage, and she goes by the name of McGowick. She was an Outerbridge in Bermuda, but she's living abroad now. I have to make that clear because I wanted to support and recognize all that is factual. I say and bring to mind these people because when I look at the contributions that the experience that these people has brought to the table rounds up and balances out the children, the grandchildren who accept to be guided. See, this is a key thing. The attitude of Ijaz Shakir. And I'm not saying this because it's my grandchild. I'm hoping that we'll be open-minded enough to see that we are more alike than unalike. Some of you out there in radio land, you have a grandson that's very much the same as Ijaz Shakir. But has he been recognized? Do we see the value in our grandchildren to see how similar they are to the ones that seem to be front and center, because we see the outcome of some of our grandchildren's or our children's lives, and we have good reason to assess and qualify those things that we're happy with. If we're not seeing, identifying, and then working with and guiding those that have the potential, the other young people out there that's very similar to Ijaz Shakir, do we know who they are? Does these children have an extended family with experience in education, experience in the labor force, experience in the union, experience in politics, experience in the trades, experience in education? This is what the extended family has impacted upon Ijaz Shakir. And it didn't come by accident, because every day I see these people making great contributions for our future generation to benefit from. These people I just called, they're not just working on behalf of Ijaz Shakir. I did say we are more alike than unalike. The masses of the young people out there who are desirous, who are worthy of being encouraged by these types of people. And I'm putting the focus on these types of people because we're being honest about what produces a good fruit from the tree of extended family, from the tree of information, utilization of good knowledge. If we do not become morally accountable and responsible with the knowledge that we have, we need to question if we understand the knowledge that we have. And here we are, celebrating victory along with our next generation. Now, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. I'm going to read something of his father's accomplishments. And this is the certificate. I'm going to read it verbatim. National Sport Award, presented by Minister of Environment and Sports to Omar Shakir, in grateful recognition of his having achieved the highest standards in sport performance and exhibiting the ideals of sportsmanship during the year 2009 in the national sport of football. The Minister of the Environment and Sports is pleased to salute this achievement. The Minister of Environment and Sport at the time was the Honorable Glenn Blakeney, JP MP, Minister of the Environment and Sports. This certificate was given out in February 27th, 2010. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Am I boasting? No. These are truths that can be looked at. We can see and have qualified information of support that comes to this young man, Ijaz Shakir, from his extended family, going back to his great-grandparents, through his grandparents, through his mother, through his uncle, great-uncle, the legendary Tonzi Russell, great footballer of his time, and someone that we should all know about. Why am I saying that? It's because if we're to measure how much we're growing, we should be able to bring information to support what we see in front of us. And we can say without equivocation that if we know where we would like to go, where we would like to direct, point our children, the next generation, we should want to have them understand the tools that they need, the support systems that's required for that to happen, and to have them see in action, not just talk, but in action, how it could be done. What I've just been a part of, and I'm hoping that we, in recognition of how important it is for us to be relevant, not to be so, I'll say, jealous, and not want to acknowledge and give credit where credit's due. I'm not talking about these people because I'm bigging up my family. I'm saying to us, we have an opportunity to see front and center that our next generation will not get where we think they need to go, where they need to be to compete with the future. They need to understand how that's going to happen. And tonight, what I'm trying to achieve tonight is for us to see beyond the emotion, get beyond the personalities, and look at what real contribution produces. Now, I gave recognition to something that came along with the accomplishments of Ijaz's father, Umar Shakir, who works at the Bermuda Monetary Authority. We need to know this. His mother, a librarian at the library on Queen Street, a devoted mother who demonstrates the importance of learning through reading and sharing of information. I've pulled her aside on many occasions and told her how much I admire the way her and her husband, is raising their family, how committed and dedicated they are to contributing to the welfare of their children's future. Now, I'm not saying that they are angels and they're without fault. I'm not looking at that at this point in time. Whoever knows them better than I may, because of what information they have. He was out seeing cast the first stone So we're not going to get into our flaws. We're going to look at encouragement for the bigger and better success story of the future. So to Ijaz Shakir, congratulations. To the family of Ijaz Shakir, Omar Shakir and Kenesha Shakir, father and mother, congratulations for what you've been a great part of in producing. To the extended family of Ijaz Shakir, and I'm going to read again. The ones that I see every day. Now, the great-grandparents have passed. The grandparents are still here. Cordell and Muriel Gilbert. Yes, I forgot. I didn't call that name. Muriel Gilbert, the mother of Kenesha Gilbert. Kenesha Shakir. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself now. Can you hear my juices? Can you feel my juices? But I think about the ones that I see every day. I don't see everybody every day. But the reason why I'm calling these names, because I admire whatever Betty Gilbert and Eugene Gilbert done to raise and produce such great contributors to Bermuda. Betty Jean Gilbert, Karen Mitchell, Dawn Simmons, Andrea Hassel, Alan Gilbert, and Allison Vance Gilbert. I see a strong family there. I see people that who are giving valuable contribution to Bermuda's future. It didn't come without the foundation set by Eugene and Betty Gilbert, Simon and Grace Warner, people like Tonzi Russell, the brother of Betty Gilbert, who was a Russell. Why I say Tonzi? Because Ijaz, I guess, has got a little piece of his DNA when it comes around to football. I'm not taking nothing from his daddy. I'm just giving a little piece of R&R information. That's all I'm doing. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters tonight. I took this opportunity not to brag, but to show by example. This type of example doesn't go begging as though they're the only family like that. What we need to do, dear listening audience, is for us to compound the idea and concept of what we're trying to do tonight and get us to hear what your interest is, dear listening audience. Because if you do have a knowledge that is real knowledge, you can't remain small. You got to do the right thing. Tonight we're going to do the best thing for the next generation. Because we're more alike than we are unalike. Call on Balance Matters.
Peace be unto you, my beloved brother.
And unto you be peace, my dear brother.
Hey, some people might think that you're bragging and all those negative thoughts, but I'm here to tell you I am a proud grandfather as well.
Yes.
And I know your feeling and your desire, because yes. I have one 11 and 113-year-old.
Yes.
Who are exceptional players as well.
Yes.
Did you hear my age? The 13-year-old is exceptional. I don't care what anybody says. That's their business.
Yes.
But he has a talent, and it's a lefty.
Yes.
I'm 78 years old, Como.
Yes.
And if you were to hear me on the sidelines of the games that he is involved in, I might be the only one that's screaming. But he has a talent, and I know how you feel, brother, because we hear so much negative about a lot of our young black men.
Yes.
And when people hear your excitement, some, and I'm sure they are in the minority, they say, "Oh, he's bragging about his grandson." Yes, and don't forget to tell him, Cromwell, that he is not only a sportsman, but he is a graduate.
Yes. Yes.
A young graduate. So it's not only about sport and play. He has much bigger vision than a lot, I'll just use that word, than a lot of other young men his age. I know him. I've seen him. He plays for the same club my grandsons play for. And I seen him grow, and I'm just as I can't say I'm just as excited as you are, because you'll be more. But I can tell you and tell the people that's listening that yes, he is an example. So far, he's an example for young men his age to look up to, and it's something to brag about. Because what I see, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's in the sporting world and the craziness that you see on the highways, it's like they're invincible. And I only ask that Almighty God continue to guide him.
Yes.
On the right path.
Yes.
The path that God will be pleased with.
Yes.
Don't worry about what the others think. Concentrate on your Creator.
Yes.
You have greatness. And I ask Almighty God to continue to guide you and protect you from the vices that's out there to ready to gobble him up. And he's done a sterling job, and his family.
Yes.
Sitting pretty in St. George's,
you included.
Praise be to God.
You all played a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful role. And I certainly don't I don't mind hearing this, what you've been talking about for the past half hour. Trust me, it more of this needs to be heard. Because I'm tired of reading about every weekend, almost, a death on the highway or a terrible accident, and somebody's maimed for life. His age! His age! So I ask Almighty God to continue to bless him in whatever he strives to do, because he's on the right track, trust me.
Yes.
And I don't know how many young people listen to your program, but he is an example. Not only in sports, he's graduated from college.
Yes.
And he's only in his early 20s, isn't he?
Yes, that's right.
Early 20s.
Yes.
So at least, it's more like him, but at least for him, someone knows that listen to your program tonight, knows that there is hope. There is hope. And he has proved it. And he has strong backing in his parents and grandparents as well, uncles and aunts. I know them all.
Yes, yes.
I know them all.
Yes.
Good, strong, hard-working
yes, man.
people. I know them.
Yes, man.
I know them. I'm from Somerset too.
Yes.
I knew his grandmother and mother and great-grandmother, all of them.
Yes. See, and I'm glad you're saying this, because what I intended to do was to have the public to see we don't get results without hands-on commitment.
Thank you very much.
The extended family has to show up. We can't just be on the sideline talking and not demonstrating. What I see from this family, and I'm giving acknowledgement to this family because I don't want to water down the message that we can benefit from tonight. We see a family that's producing something. It's not just the immediate family of Ijaz Shakir. It's his extended family that's supporting him. And he has become the fruit of a tree that is good.
Yes, indeed.
And we need to say thanks for that, man.
Yes, man. Yes. And, you know, I mean, I'm over the moon to just to hear you. And you know, and we have to encourage people of his age group and younger, of course.
Yes.
To strive for excellence.
Yes.
Not to say just be like Ijaz Shakir. No, strive for excellence in all that you do. And I preach that to my children and my grandchildren.
Yes.
And since one of my grandsons is very humble, and he's a defender, Cromwell. He scores more goals than the forwards. He even has my wife, who's never been to a football game since I've known her. He has her coming to every game and gets on my case when I have an attitude. I said, boy, time brings about a change, but it's good. And I just before I forget,
yes,
it's another young Bermudian. He is in England right now. He's a goalkeeper.
Yes.
He's only 14.
Whoa.
Nuri Latham, that's his name. 14, just played in the final yesterday.
Oh, my gracious.
That's 14. The guy is going 6 feet. Exceptional goalkeeper.
Yes.
But there's many like him.
Yes.
And we knew another football player. His grandfather was a great player in Bermuda. Hanif Shakir's grandson
yes.
also is a wonderful player in the United States. He's only 13 or 14.
Yes.
So I'm glad you brought that forward.
Yes.
And I want people to know this because the ones that can have an attitude, they can have an attitude. But you know, you have to give Jack his jacket.
Yes.
There's going to be a lot more Clyde Bassett's coming in the not too distant future. I'll just leave it like that.
And if we honestly say we really care for our next generation, it's incumbent. We have to take on the mental and get beyond our feelings and have us to commit as people that can support. We could say we need to question ourselves. Do we see the potential in the child that's right in the family that we're not even paying attention to?
Exactly.
This is what this show is about tonight. It's about us reflecting on how many other Ijaz Shakirs are out there.
You bet your life.
That we may be overlooking. Why? Because we're not looking in the right direction. We don't know how to identify them. And in doing so, we don't know how to support them if we don't know what we're dealing with. So it's just a wonderful desire for us to see why I would say we are more alike than we are unalike. We've got more children like Ijaz Shakir than we have other than Ijaz Shakir.
That's right. That's right.
I believe that. We just need to want to know who they are. Yes. And if they're close enough to us and we've been overlooking them, we need to now step back and give attention to these children so they could now accept to be guided and then have the potential that's already there be brought out of them by us supporting them.
That's right. And the only thing I can say to Ijaz and all of us that's listening,
yes,
let's all go as if we are in a race.
Yes.
To all that is good, upholding what is right.
Yes.
And forbidding what is wrong.
Yes.
That's for all of us, not just for Ijaz, you know.
Yes.
let's try and strive to do that.
Yes.
Go as if we are in a race for good.
Yes. Yes.
Not the negative.
Yes.
The good.
Yes.
Brother Cromwell, thank you so much. You warm my heart so much. I mean, you warm my heart every week, but this week is exceptional. It's so wonderful. I'm so overjoyed, brother.
Yeah, praise be to God, man.
And that's right. Praise be to God.
Yes,
so
yes.
I'll just listen over here, and thank you for my opportunity.
Thank you for your contribution, sir. Have the rest of a great evening.
Thank you, my brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. Once again, congratulations to Ijaz Shakir, the recipient of the Most Valuable Youth Player of the Year award for years 2025 to 2026, the son of Omar and Kanisha Shakir. Calling on Balance Matters.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, Papa, it's Egypt.
Hey. Thanks for the call, man. Thanks for the call.
Of course. You know I couldn't miss out on that.
I hope you've been listening in throughout the entire show.
Yeah. I've been listening from the start.
Okay. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great, Papa. I'm feeling great. It's been a great show so far.
Yes. Well,
for sure.
I can say this, man. You getting what you deserve, man. And I have no doubt in my mind that you represent your type that's out there. There's a type that's out there. You're not the only one, and you're not the best one, but you are amongst that type, man.
Thank you, Papa. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. What can you say, knowing that we are expressing what we're expressing tonight, and what you think you're looking at every day out there in the land, in the life that you know about in your age group? What could you say about what we're trying to do here tonight?
Truthfully, I think as a community, I think it's very important that we come together and try to uplift people on my age. There's a lot going on right now in Bermuda in terms of gang violence and just a lot of stuff going on. So I think it's important that we really focus on the youth.
Yes.
And just support, like my family's been doing for me all my life. I wanted to touch on that also. I wanted to give thanks to all my family who supported me over the years. I wouldn't have been able to get to where I am without any of you guys, all my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents, my cousins, everybody.
Yes.
Gave me so much support over the years. I wouldn't be here where I am without you guys. So
yes.
Yeah, I think support is so beneficial. It's so easy to go down the wrong path as a young person without the proper support. So
yes,
I think without the support of people from the community, it doesn't have to be family. It has to be people from the community who's trying to help and look out for the youth.
Yes,
I think it's so important for the future of Bermuda.
You know, Ijaz, with your last few words, it begs me to reflect on something, and I'm hoping that we could have a little chit-chat about something. I know that life is full of ups and downs. I know you didn't get to the age where you are without disappointments. You didn't get to the age where you are where everything you tried to do came out the way you thought you'll be happy with. Could you give a little light on what people like ourselves should understand about the experiences of your age group or you personally, and have us to see that, hey, we need to know these things?
The thing I can say is that I think hardship is very important for progression. If life was easy, then I think, sorry about that. I think we need obstacles in order to grow.
Yes.
So it's nothing's supposed to be easy. Life isn't supposed to be easy. I think we are who we are because of the obstacles that we face throughout life. So it's very important that we have support while we're facing these obstacles also, because no one wants to deal with stuff on their own, and no one wants to be down by themselves while they're struggling.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think support is very, very important especially with young people when they're dealing with everything that's going on in Bermuda.
Yes. You know, knowing how real I know you are, man, and for the years that I've watched you, I said, man, this guy has such a wonderful attitude. I admire your attitude.
Yeah.
You got me crying, man. You only get out of life what you put in.
Of course.
And what we see is the result of our investment. That's why I mentioned generational investment. And people like yourself, and I stress that people like yourself will be a great asset if we were to understand the results that comes along with us committing to support people like yourself. And I think the result speaks for itself. And I often say, I used to say to your daddy when he was growing, I admired the fact that he trusted in me to take good guidance. He didn't have to take that guidance. So when I think about what I've seen over the years with your ups and downs and the different things that I've witnessed you in as a person, I say, man, one of the most greatest assets that comes along with good success stories is good attitude, man. You know, look, just prior to you having the nomination, before you were even nominated, I'm going to share this with you over the airwaves. Before you was even nominated, a person came to me. They actually called me, really, and said, listen, man, we've been looking at your grandson, man, and we've been comparing him with the developmental process that we see in football today. He says, your grandson represents one of the brightest lights that's out there.
Really?
I'm not telling you no lie, mate.
You got me over there blushing, Papa.
I ain't joking. You know, your papa don't joke, boy. Yeah. And he said, we are looking at him, and he's one of those people that reflects such a level that it's hard to measure him against many others out there because of what they see. Now, I don't know what this guy saw, but I'm going to tell you straight up, I know who I was talking to, and he knows what he's talking about. And he wanted me to understand the level at which I should be looking at my grandson. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with me, Papa.
Yeah.
My night. Right.
Yeah. So I say that to say apples don't fall too far from the tree. I'm going to share another story that connects these things, man, because we're going to see the connections. You see your Uncle Tonsi?
Yeah.
Man, your daddy used to be playing for the Hogs, right? The first, I think, semi-professional team in Bermuda, right?
Yeah,
Your daddy was playing for that team. I remember one night I was up to the game there watching them play, and I was a couple seats away from Mr. Tonsi Russell, who was with some of his good mates. I knew them all. I saw all the guys that was around him, and I knew all the names that was around him, man. Big football names.
Bermuda legends.
Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, bro. And Mr. Russell, Tonsi Russell didn't know that he was talking loud enough for me to hear him, because I wasn't close to him. I was behind on his side, but I heard every word he was saying to his ace boys.
Okay.
And he said this, see that number 8 out there? You know your father's number was number 8, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He says, you see that number 8 out there? If it was more players of the attitude and level of that number 8, the Hogs would be going a long way. That was the great Tonsi Russell talking about my boy, Omar Shakir. So you know my hair got big, right?
I know you got a smile on your face. I can't.
So the apple don't fall too far from the tree, my dear brother.
For sure, Papa.
Yeah, man. So
I just want to say one thing about this phrase you keep using, generational investment.
Yes.
I can't thank you and Nana enough, and not just you and Nana, but all my family for the generational investments that you guys have laid out for me and my siblings and everyone in my generation to progress. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys and the steps you've taken.
Yes.
If you guys just coasted by and said, "Oh, he'd be all right. He don't really need us." Then I don't know where I would be. So I would just like to thank you guys and your generational investments for where I'm at today.
Well, I thank you for listening, respecting, and being reasonable. Because look, man, I don't see myself as some angel. I don't see myself and my mouth as a prayer book, knowing everything and knowing the best of everything. I don't see it like that. But I do know that once we keep in mind that we would like to achieve the best for ourselves, for our future, then we want to protect the interest. And you guys are our investment. You are what we invested in. So who's going to throw away what they work so hard for, man?
Exactly. And that's why I strive so far, because I know everything that you guys put in. It would be crazy for me to just not live up to my potential because of all the hard work you guys put in. So that's what keeps me going.
Well, I appreciate so much. I thank you for calling the program. I'm thankful that you called, because I can't represent who you are. You're the best representative of yourself, and I'm hoping the listeners can build on what we've tried to say here tonight. And once again, congratulations, Ijaz Shakir, as being the recipient of the Most Valuable Youth Player of the Year award.
Appreciate that, Papa. It means a lot. It's been an honor being on the show tonight. It's been lovely talking to you.
Yes, and I congratulate your entire family, because without the family, it wouldn't have never happened.
For sure.
Have the rest of a great evening, Ijaz.
You as well, Papa. Talk to you later.
Likewise. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. Dear listening audience, you've heard us, and maybe this would be a good time to play a little bit of music and give you a chance. Oh, you wanna call? Okay, caller, you on Balance Matters. Caller, you on Balance Matters.
Give you a chance. Oh, you wanna call? Okay. Caller, you on Balance Matters.
Caller,
you on Balance Matters.
Caller, you. That's a very poor connection. Whoever that is, caller, you on Balance Matters.
And good evening to you.
Good evening to you too.
And I would just like to congratulate, first of all, your grandson.
Yes.
And then the family. It was very heartwarming to hear him speak this evening. And from the conversation, I heard respect. Respect that he has for his family.
Yes.
So, congratulations on his award.
Yes.
And may he continue to do his best and let God do the rest.
Yes. Yes.
So, that's all I have to say.
That you said a lot. You said a lot, and
I heard the respect that he has for his family.
Yes, and that's so important.
Yes,
you know that's. Yes. You know, I was always told that you will not treat something good if you don't have respect for it.
Yeah. Well, Have a good evening and all the very best. Enjoying the program.
Likewise to you and yours. I appreciate your contribution. Thank you, Connie. Have the rest of a great evening.
You as well.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. We're here. Calling you on Balance Matters.
1027. We're talking Balance Matters. We're here. Calling you on Balance Matters. 1027. We're talking Balance Matters.
Oh.
Hello?
Yes, you're on Balance Matters.
Hey, good evening, Brother Cromwell.
Good evening to you, too.
Hey, what a wonderful conversation. Wonderful conversation.
Yes, yes.
I too would like to echo the sentiment of your previous callers, really.
Yes.
In congratulating Ijaz. I've had the pleasure of actually watching him, having to watch him perform. And his conduct and his attitude is head and shoulders above many of his colleagues, of his former players. And so he's certainly worthy of being a recipient of that particular award.
Mm-hmm.
I want to congratulate as well his mother, Kanisha, and his father, Omar, for the investment that they have made in following up what you and your wife, as well as Kanisha's parents,
yes,
have introduced them to this way of life of commitment and the value of family.
Yes.
You know, I can talk a little bit about Kanisha's family because I too, from Somerset, and the admiration of her grandmother is Betty Gilbert, a marvelous lady, a matriarch in Somerset, and has worked for years. And just as you pointed out, all of her offspring and family continue today to give to the Sands community and indeed to Bermuda. And so Ijaz, in many respects, has so much support, as he articulated, so well articulated, that it's clear he understands his role and the expectation of him. He spoke about this support, but I particularly want to congratulate Ijaz for receiving the support and listening to the support.
Mm-hmm.
I recall last week there was a caller who cited a situation he was having with his son and the examples that he wanted to give to his son who was looking the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, in Ijaz's example, and to parents who are listening, don't give up. They will get it. Eventually. They will get it. Because it is about generational investment.
Yes.
And it is important that we crown, if you want to use that term, acknowledge Ijaz's contribution. To you and your wife and the sacrifice of the Shakir family in creating the balance for Ijaz. There's a lot to be said.
Yes.
So this is a success story.
Yes.
And it's not just about winning the award. As he pointed out, the support. And how he was willing to receive the guidance that you, your wife, Tanisha's family was given him.
Yes.
And my only hope is that we continue to build Ijaz, his siblings, the family, and all who have a similar mindset.
Yes.
As well as those who may not be so fortunate.
Yes.
To allow them to reach this level of success. Because we have the solutions and the resolutions before us. The example placed for us. I had the pleasure of attending the Kappa Classic this weekend. And what a wonderful display. And I want to congratulate the Kappas and all those who organized the event. Because the clubs and the communities and persons who make the sacrifice create the opportunity for our young people to develop and express themselves.
Yes.
And so we have to really give much respect to the entire community, in addition to the family, for this level of success.
Yes.
This is what Bermuda was. And so my hope and my prayer is that as we lift Ijaz up, continue to lift them up, I know that there, as you said and the others said, there are many Ijazs out there in the broader community.
Yes, yes, man.
They may not receive a national award, but it's worth making that investment and letting them know that I'm watching you. I like what I see. It's those little words. You may not be a family member, but it means so much. And we would never know, and sometimes young people are unable to express themselves. But they internalize it. They internalize it. And it doesn't take a whole lot. Sometimes it's just a few words. Just to let them know I'm watching. And maybe slow down sometimes and find the time to observe them to let them know that you are paying attention.
Yes.
Because it's not just about dollars and cents. It's about putting in that quality time.
Yes. We often say it takes a village to raise a child.
There it is.
We need to commit to accepting our responsibility when we say that's what's required of us, because the environment that we set creates the space for this child to be acknowledged or to be seen for what their value is and the potential that they have. We need to create the environment for that to bud.
Precisely.
And this is why I took the risk without having to see my interest in this. Took the risk to focus on this. Why? Because we are more alike than unalike as families. Families coming together to perform and be accountable can produce the same outcome. And this is what we need to say to each other, man. We're not just talking about Ijaz here.
No doubt, no doubt.
Anybody that wants to look at it like that is thinking small.
Sure.
And that's why I started with what? No man or woman can keep growing in real knowledge and remain small morally.
Sure.
Any man or woman that grows in real knowledge and remains small does not know the knowledge that they've been following.
Boy.
So we need to question. If we have confidence in the knowledge we have, and most of us boast that we have good knowledge, and I won't doubt that.
Right.
I'm not going to be so disrespectful and doubt whatever someone has as information. But the thing is, if we're not producing, if we're not taking up the bigger things and going forward and representing and supporting the bigger things, then we cannot have confidence in that knowledge that we're following, because it's not producing. And and like last week, when I heard some things that was said on the program last week was very disheartening, because we ignored information, some of us, with no evidence to support what they were saying, and discounted what they heard without evidence. But this is what one of the callers said. They did not agree, even though they didn't have evidence to disagree. I mean, how contradictory can that be? And we want to demonstrate that type of understanding and hope that younger people than us will follow that rationale or logic.
Wow.
Wow, man. We need to stop and question ourselves. Do we really understand how much we're contributing to the misdirection of young people when we demonstrate that type of illogical reasoning?
You know, what's interesting is, years ago, we used to say, if you want a solution, go to a young person. They can tell you. And listening to Ijaz tonight talking about the struggles, and he wouldn't be where he is had he not overcome the struggles and the challenges.
Yes.
I think that's so remarkable, because not just young people, but seniors as well, older folks as well, have problems, we all do, in terms of approaching challenges and problems before us. And one of the things I would be interested in y'all sharing is, how is it that he approaches problems? How does he wrestle with them? What's the methodology? Does he come to the family? Because I think this is where the solution lies. He's a young man. He's very successful. He's on a national level.
Yes.
And listening to his articulation, it makes a lot of sense and it's very clear. And I know there will be others who would want to be listening to him. Because he is a model individual. And so I say to the family, man, congratulations. To Bermuda, congratulations.
Yes.
We have numerous young people.
Yes, man.
Both home and abroad.
Yes, man.
It's heartwarming to know the sacrifices that they're making, the challenges that they're overcoming.
Yes, man.
The direction in which they're heading without being beheaded. Yes. We're in a good space.
Yes.
In this instance, in terms of the example being set before us, the example of the family involvement, the guidance, and the light. And I know week in, week out, you speak about, solutions and overcoming some of our problems. This is a prime solution for the family. For the family, for the extended family, for the broader community. We have a lot to be thankful for.
Yes.
I say to you and your family again, may God continue to bless you, and we appreciate all that you do.
I thank you for your contribution, and if we have many more exchanges like this here, we're going to be in a good space in the future, man.
I'm encouraged. I am encouraged.
Yes. Have the rest of a great evening.
And you as well. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. You're on Balance Matters.
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is my first time calling.
Yes, okay.
And I'm calling to congratulate you and your grandson.
I sound like I recognize that voice. I recognize that voice. I recognize that voice.
I'm so proud of my great nephew.
Yes, yes.
And Omar and his wife, I'm so proud of them.
Yes.
And Elizabeth.
Yes.
Also.
Yes, yes.
And your tears were tears of joy. And if your mother was here, she'd say, that's my baby. It's only tears of joy. Congratulate you on this occasion, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sis.
Esther.
I thank you very much, sis. Appreciate it very, very, very much.
Have a good evening.
You do likewise.
Bye-bye.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. We are more alike than we are unalike. Calling you on Balance Matters.
Yes, good evening, Brother Shakir.
Good evening to you too, man.
Yeah, congratulations, man, for your grandson, man. And it's so important that, that we do this type of talk tonight.
Yes.
This is said by God, but I'm telling you, this is serious, right?
Yes.
Because you look at the family.
Yes.
How they groomed this young man.
Yes.
It takes a lot of patience, And you see, when you have a family like that, and everybody network together, the results. Look at the results.
Yes, man.
Yeah. So this is very, very important. We have this conversation.
Yes.
Because we see the danger that our young people are under right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of pressure on them too.
Yes.
So it's coming together.
Yes.
Brings these type of results.
Yes. Look.
So I'm not going to say too much in that. I'll let more people come on.
Look, Coffee, I want to say this before you go off. See, look. What is so important for our children to hear from us right now, even if we didn't hear the young people right now, we need to say it to each other as older people, that we have a choice of how we could contribute to encouraging young people to reconsider what's out there as choices. If and when they stop long enough to feel that we care, ain't nobody gonna tell me that a good young person, regardless who they are, will ignore when they feel when somebody cares for them. Look, I remember, man, when I was on the parole board, man, I'll never get this story out of my mind, and I'll tell it every time I get a chance to do so, man.
Sure. Yeah.
This individual was faced with making a choice based on what his report was. We had to decide if he should be considered for parole. So part and parcel of paroling is that you're not supposed to bring nothing other than what's on the report that comes about that inmate. You're not supposed to put no other information. I don't care how long you know that person, what you know about that person, what it is that you think about that person. You're not supposed to deal with nothing other than what is got in front of you in his report, because his report is what we're dealing with. And that should determine if he's worthy of getting assistance and support, or if he should be pushed back and given more help before he gets what he's looking for. So this individual heard what we had to say about his report, and we said to him his choices. Well, we were shocked to know that his answer was going against his own benefit. We were shocked. We couldn't understand why this guy would make a decision that was going to hurt him more than it was helping him, even though he came for help, for relief. So we said, look, something's not making sense here. So what we done was we done something a little different for the sake of this individual, because if we had answered him like he represented himself, it would have been terribly against him. He would have suffered more than he benefited. So we said, look, let's adjourn the meeting. Let's discuss what we just experienced with this person. Let us see what else we could say to him to get him to see it a little different. So we came to a conclusion of how we were going to approach him the second time round. So we brought him into the room the second time round, and we gave him what we thought he needed to hear. And this is what he replied. And this is what stuck with me, man, and will never leave me. He said, the reason why I responded like I did, because I've never had a person tell me they love me or they care for me. I never heard nobody looking out for my interests and telling me that they're making decisions because they care about me.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, brother, that's how that brother replied. He said he's never, ever had that in his life. So he couldn't trust that we were going to make decisions in his interest. So he thought he could utilize what he had in front of him, but he did not have the understanding or the expertise to best represent himself. So rather than let us know that, because he couldn't trust us, he couldn't tell us that. So his response was going against him rather than for him. So when he found out that we were seriously, sincerely looking out for his interests, he couldn't believe it, man. And he came out and told us, I'm only giving you a portion of the story. But the beautiful thing about it is, he said he had never, ever had people tell him that they care enough for him to make decisions in his best interest, and that he was cared enough for that he was being loved rather than just being looked at for whatever and he went on to describe those things. So I say that to say, we do not know the basis of a lot of our young people when we are seeing their outcomes, man. And if we put ourselves in their shoes, sometimes we would act a little different than what we do, man.
And what it takes, Brother Shakir, have a good talk with them and get deep into them, because, they understand.
Yeah.
You see? And to release that type of pressure.
Yes.
You guys stepped in and got it done.
Amen. And believe me, And he went on.
Tonight's show,
Yes.
right now, right? It's touching. It's got to be touching somebody tonight. I feel it in my soul, in my heart.
Yes.
It's touching families tonight.
Yes.
And this is why this show is so important to have all these type of conversations. But you know what? We have to look up for the next generation, and they have to run this country.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They need the information to push them along.
That's
Your
right.
grandson, I mean, hey, he's gay, man. He's going in bigger places. He's doing different things, and he's going forward.
Yes.
And then guess what? He's going to teach.
Yes.
You see how things going to revolve? So we're in a good space, Brother Shakir.
Yes, yes.
But
Yes.
let somebody else come on and...
I thank you. I thank you for your contribution, Crofty.
Thank you, my brother.
Have the rest of a great evening.
Yes, you too.
We got to give congratulations to our young winners, all the winners that's out there in Radio Land. I know my grandson. You all know who you know. You all know other people that I don't know. There are more winners out there than losers. We need to make connection with them and let them understand how important it is for them to be continuously positive and the influence that many amazing youth have for the future of Bermuda. We need to let them know that their positive image, their positive involvement, their contribution to whatever asset these young people have, it's not just in sport, it's in other areas too, in the social development, in the intellectual development, in the business development, in the educational development. There are many positives out there that we don't know about. We need to do our part and find out who they are and let them know we're willing to turn over a new leaf. Some of us who are not used to participating in the way that we can, they need to hear that we're willing to dedicate or rededicate ourselves to their best interests. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. I'll play a little bit of music and allow you to maybe reflect just a little bit and let us know what you intend to contribute at the back of this musical interlude. Yes. The great Marvin Gaye. Mercy, mercy me. Things are not what they used to be. The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. It takes a village.
The 2026 royal visit has come to an end.
To an end. Calling you on Balance Matters.
Good evening.
Good evening to you too.
I cannot let the night go by without giving my little input about my Jazzy. Yeah, my Jazzy. We have had a special bond from the day he was born. Him and I would be here with me, sitting up, feet up on the ironing board because I have it on low, eating peanut butter right out of the bottle, which he loved, and all the different little conversations we would have. When he comes in, it'd be right under you.
Look, I'm going to expose you. You need to let the audience know.
Under his nana.
You need to let the audience know that this is Ijaz's grandmother calling Miss Zahira Shakir. Now continue to talk to the audience. Go ahead.
His nana, okay?
Being incognito. Clear it up, man. Talk it out.
Oh, yeah. I just want to mention something, and I'm sure his family wouldn't mind. When he was 5 months old, he took very ill. The Bermuda hospital couldn't do anything for him. He had to be air ambulanced.
Yeah, he had RSV or something, or what do you call it?
I'm going to tell it. I just said he had to be air ambulanced to Boston.
Yes.
And he spent, I think, 10 or 11 days, and just to see his little body in that bed where they had to actually keep him in a coma while they worked on him every day. Nana Betty flew up, and she was sitting there every day by his side, along with Lamar and Kenisha. And Nana Muriel also flew up, and they had a little everyday vigil there with him. And thank God he pulled through, he survived, and we were able to bring him back home to Bermuda. So we reflect on that great blessing that God gave us back, him, because sometimes, that doesn't happen. And he has been, I don't even know if he ever got in trouble around here. I can't recall. It's been a jam all that time. He just recently graduated from university. He will be soon teaching in the public school system at the age of 21. He's just gone 21 a couple of months back. So I know this represents other young people, and my sister-in-law Esther Cole, and I know her grandchildren have also followed a great path in their academic life and what they're contributing to Bermuda.
Yes.
So many people have this, and I'm influenced by the gentleman who called last week who talked about when he was talking to his son. He said, "You've got uncles on both sides of your family, on your mother's side, my side, and I want you to come and talk with them, the positive people."
Yes.
So that is such an example, because sometimes we don't even understand. I'm going to use the word greatness right now. What greatness we even have in us, that's already been put in us.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we want to give in to children who want to do this, that, and I'm not saying being punitive to that degree. I remember smacking jaws. But we have to have better influence, because it's already in us to do that. We lack patience a lot of times. Practice a little patience. That young person that's in front of us, I've got 4 great-grandsons, and 2 of them around me more than the other 2, because I'm not here. And just to see their influence from their family members around them, and how they're just sparkling little gems right now. One's 1 and one is 2. we should never ever let that go. Never ever let that go. Just look into their little eyes and understand their future, who they're going to be, what they're going to be, is not in the politicians' hands. It's not in the teachers' hands. It's not in the school's hands. It's in the hands that help to raise those little people every day. Is it easy? Not all the time. No, it isn't. But like you just said, you said everything's got to have to be easy. So I'm encouraging people to, and I know everybody's in different circumstances. I understand that.
Yes.
With children, take a little extra care to realize they're not going to be 7 forever. They're not going to be 12 forever. They're not even going to be 16 forever. And up to those ages, we have an obligation. Nothing's more important than that. Only God.
Yes.
Nothing.
Yes.
What trip you want to take, what party you want to go to, where we want to be seen, nothing. And I give thanks to the parents who are raised a lot of these young people that I see in the newspaper who are doing remarkably well.
Yes.
In sports, in education, in representing Bermuda, in debate, and all different areas. I thank God for those families, parents, and all those who help those young people, because they will be not just great influence for Bermuda to help us to overcome even parts of Bermuda that we don't like to see right now.
Yes. The challenges.
So, the challenges. And I say a special prayer for people who are going through those challenges, because they did the best they could. They did all that they thought they should do.
Yes.
And outside influences sometimes take over our children.
Yes.
And we don't even realize it until it's too late.
Yes.
And the best thing we can do is just try to work with that as much as we can.
Yes.
So with that, I'll leave it there.
I would like to congratulate you, because I know exactly what you wanted to transmit to the audience, and I've always recognized that you don't hesitate to acknowledge how special Ijaz is to you. So I thank you for your contribution that you've made in impacting on Ijaz's life, and he's always indicated how much he appreciates his nana. So I congratulate you on your investment that you put into your grandson, our grandson.
And I give all prayers to God.
Yes. Have the rest of a great evening.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
The number is 297-1027. We're talking Balance Matters. We are more alike than we are unalike. When we apply that to person, we're no different. We are facing the same hardships and tests in our lives as the next person. Male and females, we have the same responsibilities. We're not different. As members of the family, parents, not easy task. But who said it was easy? We just got to commit to wanting to be the best we could be, and whenever we can, share, because we're all going through the same thing as parents. We're not different. We don't want to be separate. We want to create the opportunities for us to hear our similarities as husbands and wives. Not the easiest task to perform, those responsibilities and things are not going the way we prefer for them to go. We got to dig deep. Every now and then, seek assistance from those who are open to respect and value our relationships and give each other the opportunity to support one another. Let us be tested to reach out and borrow and assist and take from one another what we can take to improve upon the lives of our next generation. We're more alike than unalike as neighbors, as citizens, and work colleagues. We are more alike than unalike. Calling on Balance Matters.
Hey, my brother.
Hey, Mike, how are you this evening?
Pretty good, man. Certainly, like to congratulate family and grandson for his fabulous accomplishment. But I thought I'd let you rap a little bit after your wife calls, because certainly I say to myself, now that would be a hard act to follow. You know what I mean? I said immediately, when I heard her talk, I said, no, I got to think about this now. Because you didn't tell us she was a miracle child.
Yeah, man.
The Lord has blessed him from the beginning.
Yes, man. Praise be to God, man.
Yeah, man. And that's a testament in itself.
Yes, man.
You know? But see, it takes your wife to tell that story. See? So that was something we needed to hear. Because who would ever learn that?
Yes.
Who would ever learn that, man?
Yes,
you know,
yes.
yeah, he's been blessed. That's a miracle in itself.
Yes.
But you know, when listening to this show tonight, immediately, you know, thoughts came to my mind. Of course, as a coach of young people over the years. But I immediately started to think that people forget that there are more young people doing good
Yes.
than are doing bad.
Yes.
You know, and sometimes I wonder if talk shows are getting the message only to the converted. Because listening to your grandson made me feel, man, what if more youth called in and spoke their mind and showed their brilliance
Yes.
the way he did?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Because there's a lot of them out there, you know.
Yes.
Like I said, we don't know if they are listening to forums like you have and others have. Because really, the message we are giving as callers and you as the host is really valuable messages that they need to hear. More than, I would say, the converted or the audience we sometimes capture.
Yes.
Yeah, so I would implore young people, if you're listening, or adults who can encourage young people to call in and let us know what's on your mind.
Yes.
And what you feel about Bermuda and what can be done better in every area. Because really, the
young people are the people that are going to go forward and determine what Bermuda becomes in the future, more than we ever will at this stage. You know? So I just thought I would relay that and encourage parents. And your wife said it well. You forget that these kids are not going to remain a certain age forever.
Yes.
We need to recognize too often, me as a coach, the parents are great up to a certain age, man. But then they get the age where they really need the time and the patience and the push. And all of a sudden, the child seems like they have more freedom, and the parents are. I sometimes wonder if they burn out. Putting so much effort in, and they're babies, and they're doing well in sports or whatever have you played. You name it. Up to a certain age, they reach teenager, and all of a sudden, where's the parent? Where's the effort? Where's the? And then you wonder, where's Bill? Where he go? What's going on? All of a sudden, it seems like can't control it or her. And they're off sometimes doing something else that's constructive. But sometimes they're also the ones that go astray.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So if I had to give any advice to parents, I can tell them that I really started, and mind you, my child was always with me, I mean, from young, but I really started putting in the big efforts when he became a teenager to make sure his head was straight. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's easy when they're young.
Yeah.
You know, they look up to you, they listen, they're not as defiant.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But when they get that teenage, and I think that's what's made the difference when because your grandson's what, 20 years old?
21.
21.
21, yeah.
And you know, that to me tells me that a lot of work went between the age of 13 and 18.
Yes,
19.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And keeping his head straight.
Yes.
Because that's when it comes to me.
Yes.
At least what I noticed, you know, especially once you spoil them rotten, you give them a bike.
Yes.
They stop thinking.
Yes.
So you gotta, you know, I mean, if I had to give at least what I've noticed as a coach, you know, we lose some world-class people sometimes, especially the talented ones in a particular discipline.
Yes.
And it was somewhere along the way at their teenage years, the reins are made too loose.
Yes.
And they need to know who their friends are. You gotta run them. You know, don't take this attitude, don't grind, no, they ain't grind yet. You know, they ain't grind yet. Trust me. That's when they're more vulnerable to get into a whole lot of mess. You know? Yeah. So yeah. I hope this show has been valuable to the listening audience. And, you know, we need to find a way to, I think, to get the young people to hear some of this stuff.
I know that you made a very cool point in referring us to the question of who's listening. What I do see as our options, we as concerned and caring people, it's up to us to take the word to where they are and let them know who cares for them and what we're prepared to do for them. See, even if that child is not listening to the program, if we are listening, then we get around that child. We should remind them of what we are doing and invite him to hear what we're trying to do. That's our challenge. That's why I know that we have to talk about these things, because it's no guarantee that the ones that needs to hear this are on the other side of the line. But I do know we do have a listening ear. And because we know that there are possibilities that we may need to do more work to get the message to where it means the most, then we have to accept that responsibility. That's what I like about what we're trying to do. We have a duty also. It's not just our children. We have a duty. Those who know better. Those who have a responsibility. Those who are, that's why I like the idea about what Maya Angelou says, we're more alike than we are unalike. When we think about the roles, I like the idea of role playing. I used to say to my mother when she was alive, I said, I'm your offspring. I'm my sibling, I'm a sibling, I'm a husband, I'm a father, I'm a grandfather, I'm a neighbor. All these are roles. And I used to say, I want to question how well am I fulfilling my role. My personal responsibility to my mother, not my other 10 brothers and sisters. I used to question, how am I fulfilling my duty to my mama? And I wanted to answer that to the affirmative, and so on and so on. Am I being respectful and caring for my brothers and sisters like I should, rather than giving more attention to my friends? How well was I doing, if I was failing or not? I wanted to know those things. And hence, thank God, man. I tell this story to most of my friends that's close to me. I have a little thing I do with myself every year. I mark my own report card, and I don't give myself an A, but I know I deserve an F. If I'm failing, I'm giving myself an F, boy. And I'm hoping when the next year starts, that whatever caused me to fail, I'm going to work on that deal, boy. Because I know I'm not got it all together all the time. And I need to be honest about that. And what I'm doing good in, I should want to thank whatever's responsible for that, appreciate that, protect that, and preserve it. So are we more alike than unalike? I'm pretty sure there's some out there that's no different than me. So we have responsibilities that we don't always be accountable for. We're not always succeeding in it. But if we have it as a desire to achieve and be successful in it, we're never going to give up. We mark ourselves when we're failing, and then we get back on the grindstone, and the next attempt, let's overcome that attempt, man. And hence, I see it in you just like I see it in me, Mike.
No, it ain't about giving up.
No, man.
You have to be determined. There's no better feeling than helping your children, your grandchildren accomplish something. I think there's that. I used to think that I have to do my best, dominate where I can.
Yes.
And be successful where I can, to the point where I want to be so good that nobody else could do that.
Yes, I love it.
Suddenly you have children and you have grandchildren and you say, you know something, I want them to be better than me.
Yes.
And you're like, well, how do I accomplish this? It becomes the challenge. When I think of Miles Otterbridge, his parents, who I know well.
Yes.
And I look at that child. I could see it from young. I said, the way his being going along, that boy, if he don't accomplish anything, I'll be shocked. Look at it. I mean, for someone to go on in the Caribbean and win the 100 of all races in the under 20, where Jamaica, Trinidad, Thomas, Barbados has been so dominant.
Yes.
Since the years when Mike Sharp and I was proud to be a member of that team.
Yes.
Beat Jamaica.
Yes.
You see that happen today when things have become so sophisticated?
Yes.
And Jamaica has become the powerhouse?
Yes.
But if you knew the parents, and you knew the support with him.
Yes.
I saw it firsthand because I was his first coach.
Okay.
I said, boy, this little boy is going to be brilliant. But not only that, the support system around him. I said, geez, man, if he don't accomplish it, geez, something's wrong. And my son's mama reminded me the other day, made me feel good, too. She said, one thing we could always be proud of when it comes to our son, we did our best.
Yes, man.
And of course, I teased her. I said, yeah, but I think I did it too good because last year I was teasing, but he's never going to pick me. And this year he put some licks in me in the exhibition. I even pointed at him when I won a class. I pointed at him. I said, I got you again. See, if you want to be Danny, you're going to have to work harder than that. So I should have never done that. Mister! When I heard him call his name before mine, I said, well, mercy me. I said, man, it happened again. I said, oh, man, I'm not a ball like Gracie. So it's a special feeling, man.
Yes.
It's a special feeling, man. Your kids or your grandkids or relatives, man. And especially if you've been involved in their life, there's nothing like it. So I glory in your spirit, and I was crying with you, man. That's a special feeling, man.
Yeah, man.
When your kin can really accomplish things, maximize their talents, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And I want to say this before you go off, Mike. See, oftentimes we have opinions, but when we look at information that supports the facts, we got to stop debating and let the facts speak for themselves, man. But the reason why I had to do what I done tonight, it takes a village. That's the whole point I want to bring home to us. It's not about me bigging up my grandson or bringing up bigging up my family. It's not about that, man. It's about us looking at something that's working. Why? Because these people I mentioned are at the wheel and they are making contributions every day. I'm talking about, I see these people every day in my children's lives, man. When I can't do, they're there, man. When I'm concerned, they call quicker than me because they are looking out for our children's interests because they've accepted to be accountable and responsible in their area of endeavor. And when we look at the balance that our children need, what I just mentioned about the family of the Gilberts and the Warners and the Shakirs, we're talking about people bringing their experience and letting it rub off on our loved ones. What else can come out of this other than balance? Because we're bringing all of it together, man. If we want to have our children to see how it's done, we're talking about a picture right there that's tried, true, and tested. It's not my opinion, it's being done.
Yeah, I would like to mention one thing also, Shakira, and to make sure it's said. And that is that one thing you'll find in common a lot of times in our successful children is the families behind them involvement spiritually in the church, in the mosque, you name it.
Yes.
I think that's a very, very important component.
Yes.
Because if you can't go to church, send your children Sunday school.
Yes.
Put a sense of moral professionalism in them.
Yes.
Because that will be important going forward when it comes to them making a conscious decision to do something right or wrong.
Yes.
A godly belief is important.
Yes.
And I'll leave you with that, my brother.
Thank you very kindly for your contributions, Mike. Have the rest of a great evening.
You as well.
I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate Omar and Kanisha Shakir, the parents of the award-winning Ijaz Shakir, the recipient of the Most Valuable Youth Player of the Year Award 2025 to 2026. We would like to acknowledge that it wouldn't have happened without the foundation of great-grandparents Eugene and Betty Gilbert, Nee Russell, the sister of Tonsi Russell, the great legend of football. I have to mention him. Charles has got some of his DNA, I'm pretty sure. Ijaz's great-grandparents, I just mentioned, his grandparents on his maternal side, Cordell and Muriel Gilbert, the aunts and uncles on Ijaz's maternal side, Betty Jean Gilbert, Karen Mitchell, Dawn Simmons, Andrea Hassel, uncles on the maternal side of Ijaz Shakir, Alan Gilbert and Allison Vance Gilbert. I mention them because we need, as a community, to thank them for being the extended family that reflects what's required to produce strong, positive thinking young people, because we are there to support them in every way we can. We want to let them know that we are committed and dedicated to invest in them. We want to give the best of ourselves so that they can learn the lessons that's required for them to take the mantle and build on to what we've only strived to set by example, the type of commitment that's required from the extended family, from the village, to raise our children. The fruit, the apple, don't fall too far from the tree. The tree of knowledge and inspiration that should come from the family, and those who are committed to be accountable and responsible to our roles in society. Our children need to not just hear us talking about these things, they need to see it in action. And what I've, with the help of God, tried to do tonight is to have Bermuda to see, without reservation or hesitation, we get results when we put the time in, when we commit, when we invest, and when we are willing to make sacrifices for the love of our future, our children, the next generation. Thank you very much for tuning in to Balance Matters. Once again, congratulations, Ijaz Shakir, on your award and your success. Congratulations to the parents who who raised you as well. Without the foundation, it wouldn't have never happened. Have the rest of a great evening.
Bermuda Live on YouTube. Subscribe now.